morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody today? There we go. Light a quick incense. There we go. Hey, my loves. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Hi, I'm just lighting a couple incense cones before we get started, okay? There we go. All right, all right, all right. There we go. All right, so we're gonna do the water signs, okay? For June, I have done air, earth, and fire. They are out on the YouTube. There's also extendeds for them, okay? There'll be an extended for this one too. If you decide to get the extended, please do put the email address that you want the extended sent to, okay? We're gonna talk about that. But what we're gonna do first is we're gonna get started with the oracles to see what's the energy around you at this time, guys. All right, so let's take a look. Spirit, can you show me what's happening with the water signs? Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, pull up. Spirit, can you show me what's happening with my water signs? Good morning, Stephanie. Let's go, Spirit. You have mountain intention with healing. Something didn't go the way you planned it to, with the intention and healing, okay? What I need from you is understanding. Yeah, the air signs is up on my YouTube channel. Thank you for following the one. Spirit, can you show me? It's like this could happen during the Mercury retrograde, but it feels like you had an intention. Maybe it didn't go the way that you planned it, okay? Or not completely. With the healing, I feel like that's what you're trying to do right now. You have moon cycles out here. There was something left unsaid, or you're feeling emotional, and I can't let go. What is that? Is that Carl Thomas? I'm emotional. Okay? And I can't let go. Crying over you, right? Something like that. It's an older song, and I don't remember all of it. But I feel like you've got some things left unsaid, maybe. Thank you guys for liking. Okay, you have diamond radiance. Okay, grand rising love. Okay, and sequoia balance. So I feel like part of what's happening right now is like you've gone within. I'm feeling hermit energy. Okay, there's like a need to recharge, a need to come into balance. Blessed day, babes. Okay. I feel like when you emerge from this, you're gonna emerge different. Okay, you got wind movement. Okay, so this is telling me that things are changing. Okay, and then with this volcano release underneath, you know, water signs, there could be or could have been an explosion of emotion, a release. right? With detachment. This kind of feels like something made you feel drained or detached from something, and that may have caused like an explosion. So what do I mean by that? Let's say you're used to hearing a frequency. Okay, let's say you're married. Say you're married, and when things are going well, your spouse and you have a particular routine. But when things are going bad, this person detaches emotionally. Is right, and escape understanding is for your situation, yes. Right, so let's say that when things are off, this person withdraws or disconnects. When they withdraw or disconnect, this causes you not to hear the frequency of the regular routine that you guys keep, right? I'm using a marriage as an example, but it can apply in any situation, right? In any connection. Because of this detachment, it feels like a bubbling up of emotion, which is the way, this is a collective for all water signs, okay? Because of the detachment of a particular frequency, it feels as if it causes a bubbling up of emotion, okay? Oceans and waves, maybe things that you weren't 100% aware you felt, okay, have come really into focus right now, into the forefront, okay? You also have here air, Rouch, okay? So something is, I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Hold on. And I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Right? So, you know, water signs, you might want to take a moment to process what you feel before you vomit it. Okay? Because sometimes in the moment you feel good to have spilled out what you felt you know was bubbling in you. But sometimes when we say everything, we empower those that we in conflict with. So what am I trying to say? Don't let the emotions be the master of you right now. Okay? Cave initiation, because it feels like with the detachment and the moon and the waves of emotions, like this is an opportunity in this hermit energy for you to become the master of your frequency, of your emotions, and whatever has triggered you, this explosion that you may see as a release can actually be more detrimental, okay? So that's I think what Spirit's trying to get at, okay? To maintain your balance. Anything else before I move on to another deck, Spirit? Oak tree ancestors, okay? I feel like the ancestors are trying to communicate with you right now. Slow down. Slow down. Waterfall persistence is here in reverse, okay? Now, when you think about water, you think emotions, right? But what's another saying around water? Pressure bust pipes. Why? Because water is a very powerful, right? I feel like water signs it's in reverse. It's telling you to step back from applying the pressure or from allowing emotions to explode the pipes or overflow the volcano. Okay, it may not be right now the best course of action. Okay, so let's get another deck real quick. Spirit, can you show me what else do my water signs need to know, please? I take that like, don't act like a whole storm. Exactly, yes. So in other words, it's not that what you have to say is not valuable or doesn't need to be spoken, right? But if you let the emotions rule the moment, you know, there was a sensation there of like having some type of disagreement and not really getting the outcome, okay, or not getting to say all you had to say, and it could be because emotions have flared, okay? So you also have here, freedom and greatness belong to those who master their day. What did I say about mastering emotion? Okay, you also have here, without self-mastery, see how spirit is on point. Without self-mastery, we are slaves to fear, impulse, conformity. With self-mastery, joy, greatness, and transcendence are ours. Okay, so let me explain something to you. When you become the master of your emotions, you decide what frequencies can come in and out. Okay, you also get to decide what frequency you put out. Now, I'm not saying that you will never be misunderstood, but the chances of being misunderstood lessen. And you will also find that those who misunderstand you, once you have taken the and it's hard for water signs because you are ruled by emotion, right? But if you master that, then you can see clearly. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. Between the projection that you might be projecting versus them. So when you have gone the extra mile to explain and to be the master of your emotions so that you can communicate with efficiency. Good morning, my love. Then it becomes super clear that you have done all that you can do, and it's this person's either inability or lack of commitment to understanding. See, it becomes real clear. Back to the what I need from you is understanding. But sometimes our own triggers muddy the water of what we're trying to communicate. Okay? We should not fear an obsession for building a great a great free life. And so what spirit is fire or the emotion that you're feeling, I'm not saying that it should be devalued or dismissed. I'm talking about the manner in which you process it so that you can communicate it with efficiency. Anything else from this deck before I move on? Last shuffle. There you go. Okay, life can lose its vibrant aura and charm if we do not bend the energy of our minds towards positive engagement and appreciation. Okay, so there is a feeling of shadow. Okay, and I feel like it could be that you're looking in what isn't working rather than turning your gaze to what is. Okay? All right, so once something goes wrong, guys, thank you guys for all the gifts. I'm sorry if sometimes I'm channeling and I don't see them. Apologies, guys, okay? Thank you so much. But sometimes when something triggers us, The monologue of the subconscious is to talk about all the things that have not gone right. Okay, these are for water signs today. What has not gone right? Okay. So like, let's say, you know, you something happens, your boss says something to you that triggers you, right? And then you're like, you know, everybody that I have worked for has treated me poorly. They don't value me. As a matter of fact, you know, the relationships, I always feel like I'm not the person in power. And you see how the recording gets larger. You know, stop to think about it. My family did the same shit, right? Before you know it, it's expansive. Okay? So when you're doing that, you're also telling the universe that all the blessings you currently have mean nothing. Okay? So Spirit is telling you, like, to try not to say that these things are not important, that you don't have right to feel them, but don't let them rule you, is what Spirit's saying. The white space of a free day seems unfathomable because we become hypnotized by a false but compelling need to respond to all the needs of others. Okay, so also, you feel like your cup is empty and people don't pour in your cup, and that you're running around pouring into other people's cups. But did these people ask you? Did these people ask you? And I don't mean to get at y'all, water signs, but did these people ask you? Or is it that you feel like you should, like you volunteer? Okay, so let me give you an example. Let's say that you have some conflict with some members in your family, and there's a family event coming up. And so you want to show your eagerness to be willing to repair these rifts or whatever the situation is. So when you get the email about this family event, you see that there's a list of things that they're asking family members to do, right? You look down the list and you say, well, I could do that, I could do that, I could do that, I could do that. So then you respond. Let's say there was only 13 slots. You respond to 4 slots saying that you're going to do it, right? Then you go to the said event. You did the 4 things, and the people treat you the same as they treated you before. And then you get upset because you're like, you know, I do so much and it's never recognized. Do you follow? Because in some aspect, you might have been hoping that if you did these 4 things, then they would say, look how good Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio is. Do you understand? Do something for you. The people that are going to value you are going to value you. And no matter what you do, the people that aren't. Okay, so if you're going in circles trying to get somebody to see your value, Spirit said you go first. In other words, you need to look at your own value before you expect somebody else to see it. Because if you're jumping through hoops, then these people get the message that they're more important than you are. Do you understand? Not trying to dig at y'all. I'm trying to put y'all on. Okay, about how your emotions get you into a pattern that pulls you actually away from the outcome that you're trying to achieve, which is communicating some sense of hurt. But if you don't communicate it in the appropriate way, it still will not be understood. Because each of us have a monologue playing within our head. So this person is already going to have a perspective as well. Right? So if you're letting your emotions or this person's perspective trigger you, then you lose the argument within because you're not mastering how you think or how to process it or how to communicate. Okay, so before you can fix this external situation, you have to fix it internally. Does that make sense, water signs? Hi, babes. Does that make sense? Spirit, show me, what is the situation? Okay, a tower to the Queen of Pentacles. A tower to a relationship or to how you're seen, okay? Spirit, can you show me the blockage? 7 of Swords with the 3 of Wands. You feel deceived about something that you thought was going to be there or something like that. Okay, Spirit, can you show me what is at the foundation? Wheel of Fortune, change. Seasons change. Spirit, can you show me what's falling away? The 8 of Swords, okay? Something you didn't want to see because the 8 of Swords is here in reverse. It was a refusal to see something. Okay, you need to stop overthinking something as well. Spirit, can you show me what's crowning? What's crowning, please? The 6 of Cups, okay? There's a lot of reflective energy right now. Like you're doing a lot of looking back, thinking back in time when love was only in my mind. I realize. 10 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so ain't no second chance. You gotta hold on to romance. Don't let it slide. Spirit, can you show me what is coming in the near future? You have here the 8 of Pentacles. You're working on something. Okay, Spirit, can you show me how the water signs see themselves? How do they see themselves? You have the 2 of Pentacles, not being able to make a decision because it's coming out here cross. Spirit, how do others see them, please? The 9 of Swords, sleepless nights and anxiety. What's in their hopes and fears? The 4 of Cups. Okay? This is a disillusionment, disappointment. Spirit, can you show me the most likely outcome for my water signs? The Moon. Back to the emotion. Right? 9 of Wands. Somebody is resistant either to you, seeing your perspective, or you're resistant to seeing someone else's. Okay? All right. So let's get a deck to clarify. So first card out was the Tower and the Queen of Pentacles. We're going to look at why that is the situation. There could have been a disruption in a relationship. Okay? Thank you for sharing the live, okay? So let's say, for instance, you could have been in a committed relationship and all of a sudden it has gone into turmoil. And you could be trying to figure out, what am I to you now? You also could be like an entrepreneur. Or you could be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But we're going to take a look at the Tower first. Spirit, why is the Tower here? For my water signs, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Why is that here? Can you show me? 6 of Pentacles. One more, Spirit. With the Death card. There was some relationship that was equal give and take, okay? Yes, it's because the guy is insecure at this point. I don't know what we are. Yeah, as a married couple. Okay. So with this Tower and the 6 of Pentacles and the Death card, something that felt like it had reciprocity and it was on an equal footing, all of a sudden has changed out of nowhere, and a connection has went through a death and transformation. Could have solely straight out ended, or it's very different than it was. Okay. Yes, fire is up on my YouTube. Okay. For June. Queen of Pentacles, Spirit, why? The link is in the bio, Spirit. Queen of Pentacles comes out with the 10 of Wands, okay? Now, let's say that you are in a situation and you felt like this person switched up on you out of nowhere and it became too burdensome and you pulled back. Okay? Can this be with someone other than a family member, partner? Yes, it can be. It can be with a friend, a coworker. It could be with anyone, any relationship, okay? So let's say that there was a reciprocal relationship that transformed out of nowhere. This reciprocal relationship, it could be one of two ways, okay? It could be that this person switched up on you out of nowhere and left you with all the burdens, okay? And you feel like exhausted and you're just like, I can't do this shit anymore. Or they pulled back and stopped being reciprocal because they were trying to communicate something to you, okay? And you didn't maybe necessarily fully understand them. You might have taken it in an emotional way, and that caused them a burden. Switch, so you left, right? So that's like the first version. There's gonna be people in here, okay, that they are on the receiving end of being left, and they may not fully understand that this person felt overwhelmed in some way by something. It does not mean that they're right or wrong, okay? You both could have equal perspectives, okay? You have the 7 of Swords here coming out cross. This is what you see, the blockage, okay? Coming out with the Knight of Cups. You feel that somebody is not who they say they were or that they represented. Yes, I am emotional one, and they are leaving and run every time they are inconvenienced, right? Okay, so with this Knight of Cups, you could feel like they didn't live up to who they say they were, or you feel disillusioned. But you must ask yourself, because remember, before the tarot even came out, what did I say? I said you got to be careful that you're not volunteering for shit and then catching feelings when it's not reciprocated. Okay, the 3 of Wands is here. Spirit, show me. And this is still in the blockage position, right? So I feel like the blockage is that you still want it to work, but the 8 of Pentacles comes out here cross, and you're not sure if they're willing to put in the work or if it can be worked out. 6 of Cups, right? And this is you still looking back like, damn, why didn't we almost have it all, right? Like it just switched up out of fucking nowhere, right? King of Wands, and somebody took action. Okay, at the foundation, you got the Wheel of Fortune sitting here. Spirit, why is this Wheel of Fortune here for my water signs, please? Can you show me? Wheel of Fortune on the Wheel of fucking Fortune. Baby. With the World coming out cross. Okay, so you know what this means? This means that you and this person, whether you wanted to go another cycle or not, there's a season. To every season, turn. I think that's a Beatles song. Basically, what's happening is they have to do something on their side. You have to do something. The wheels are turning in opposite directions, guys, okay? So meaning, and the World coming out here across, it's over, right? Is it over forever? Undetermined, right? Undetermined, right? But for now, it has to do both of yous needing to tend to your own gardens. Okay? And remember in the beginning, and I was saying, you know, if you missed the beginning, you can go over to YouTube. It's live there. You can rewind, right? In the beginning, I was saying, like, you need to take time to be the master of your emotions, because if you just throw up, right, you may not get the outcome that you wanted, right? This is for the water signs for June, okay? I've done each element alone. So if you missed your element for June, you can head over to YouTube. It is there, okay? I wanted to concentrate a little more deeply this month for each of the signs because we have some big transits going on. Okay? So that's what's happening, right? So let's say, for instance, that you guys are catalyst moments for each other. So somebody switched up on you, right? Whether it was due to something you said or did, or they said or did. And maybe the catalyst for you is to not respond immediately with emotion, and to really process this and why, you know, it's happening, and what are you supposed to be doing right now, instead of worrying about how they're seeing you, what they're thinking about, what they're doing. Concentrating that gaze on yourself, and then they also have to do that. Okay, so it's like a timeout, everybody to their perspective corners, right? King of Swords, because there's a need to use fact and logic and not so much water. Okay, Ace of Swords, that's how you'll uncover the truth, because emotionality can block, okay? It can shade a perspective. Look at the Queen of Pentacles, which was in the root of the situation. Okay? With the Six of Wands, there's still opportunity here to succeed, to win. The Page of Pentacles, the opportunity has not completely passed you by, but it's not now. With the Wheels of Fortunes for both of you, there's a need for a timeout. Okay, we're going to look at the Eight of Swords in the reverse, which is the energy that's falling away, Spirit. And the problem is that the Eight of Swords, you've been overthinking something. You can't seem to let it go. Think I better let it go. Looks like another love TKO, right? With the Three of Cups here, you know, about the main event, or the last time you spoke to this person, or, you know, when the change happened, right? And what you want is answers. What you want is to be able to communicate how you feel, right? But here's the Sun, right? The Sun and the Moon, right? Two peas in a pod, okay? This was like the connection before, right? Now it's a need, okay, to come into balance, okay? Sun and Moon, right? And you may not have all the answers right now. You're going to have to be patient till you get the illumination, all right? Till things come forward. But that's the part you're struggling with the waiting game, because the emotions bubble up. Page of Wands. And remember, I said in the beginning, don't let your emotions rule you, because you could do something that make you, you know, you regret it. Like, oh, I should have thought about that better. I should have took a breath, right? Page of Wands is sometimes is not a well thought out idea, expression, action. Okay? So the Six of Cups is crowning you right now. Thank you for the rose, my love. Okay? The Six of Cups with the Hierophant here, okay? You, right now, you're hoping, okay? Hope and faith for a reunion in this situation with this person, whoever they are. Okay? Yeah, Yeah, because of the Three of Pentacles, because the collaboration, but right now there's conflict there. And I feel like if you push it, if you push your emotion on this person before they're ready, the response will not be what you want. Okay, Three of Swords, okay, because you might get a passionate, fiery response back. Eight of Wands, it may not be the communication that you necessarily want, okay, because you got the Ace of Wands, and the Eight of Wands becomes the Nine of Wands, is very resistant. Two of Swords, you might not have seen that coming. And the Eight of Swords, it would keep you, you know, overthinking. So Spirit's like, chill out. Let some time and space bring clarity to a situation. Okay, Eight of Pentacles. This is for the water signs right now for the month of June. Eight of Pentacles with the Two of Swords coming out here. This is like, you know, work on yourself right now. This is for what's coming in. Work on yourself right now. Okay, you may not be able to see how things will work out with the Two of Swords. Okay, Nine of Cups. I feel like you will get your wish fulfillment. But I have to say one other thing for those of yous, okay, because some of yous left this situation because this person switched up on you. Okay, some of yous, the person is leaving because they switched up, because they've been trying to communicate something to you and you weren't on the receiving end of that. Okay, you had your own perspective. Now I'm going to talk to, you know, there might be one or two of yous. Maybe it's one or two of yous that see this on the replay. Be careful, okay, that a negative behavior in you that you have not wanted to look at is causing the blockage in this connection, and you're thinking that this person is just walking away from you, because this Nine of Cups can also be drinking too much or doing something that is not to your highest benefit. With the Two of Swords, this could have been what they were communicating to you, right? So like this could also be saying like, I'd like to work on it, but you can't see that you drink too much. I'd like to work on it because you don't understand that I need this wish fulfillment, and you're not understanding that I need this for me, right? So this is another reason why Spirit, you know, what I need from you is understanding. Remember, there's his story, her story, and then there's the truth, right? So just like you can't all be wrong, neither can they. Okay? And you could have a, remember what I said in the beginning, your points could be absolutely fucking valid, right? But you could devalue your points by being overly emotional, letting your emotions master your responses, and then you don't get the outcome, right? So it's not that you're right or wrong. It's about communication and the way you communicate something. With the Seven of Swords, you may not be being honest about, like, let's say this person says, X, Y, and Z, I don't like X, Y, and Z thing, right? I don't like that you leave your socks balled up, right? I'm using a stupid example for you to see, right? And you know you leave your socks balled up, right? But then you turn around to them and say, oh, well, I don't leave my socks balled up, but you leave tissues on the nightstand and it fucking irks me. Like, you could attack them without acknowledging that they had a valid point, because it triggered you emotionally. And it doesn't mean that they don't leave tissue on the nightstand. That could be fucking true, right? Whereas you could have said, yeah, you know what? I do leave my socks out. And, you know, you do a couple things too. Maybe we should talk about how we could best respect each other in this space that we share. And that's hard to do when you feel triggered, right? Mentalist. I would like to put you on, sir, but I'd like to finish the reading first, okay? So if you're still here at the end, that'd be cool. You feel me? So it's like sometimes when somebody, we have to be able to take a little bit of criticism, okay? 110 Alabama, okay? 1111 here. All right, so I feel like here, and you know, for those of you that you left, you didn't validate what they were saying, correct? So let's say that you left because this person switched up on you. You know, they could have, you know, all of a sudden picked up a bad habit. Your love is like bad medicine. Bad medicine is what I need. Oh, they're also telling me there's one person in here that your person was like in an accident or something medical, and they were on painkillers for a while. This person could be fighting an addiction, and that could be why they switched up on you. Okay? Remember, these can be flipped situations, right? So you could be looking like what's happening between us, and it could be something that's happening with them. You took it personally. Excuse me. You took it personally like an attack, and it could be something going on with them. You see what I'm saying? So in the extended, because I'm going to pull some more cards. I want to look and see what's in the shadows and what you don't see. Thank you very much. But in the extended, I'm going to look at why you see yourself as stuck between a rock and a hard place. Why they see you, you know, as over anxious, okay? Why you're afraid of, you know, overall disappointment. Okay, and what emotion you are hiding here. Okay, so we will talk about that in the extended. And if you're interested in the extended, you can either join the Patreon where the extendeds are there for all the elements, or you could just cash app $5.55 to the cash app, okay, to my cash app, and I will send you the extended that you want. But you must put your email address that you want the extended sent to. What's good, be so savage. And you must say what extended you want, okay? Somebody sent the money for the extended, and I returned it because they didn't give an email. Then they sent it back with the email, and I was able to send it to them. Okay? But now let's look at what's in you know, hidden. What's hidden that you still can't see about this situation? Let's take a look. Spirit. Dropping cards here. I lied to you and I forgive you. This person could have been deceptive. You could have been deceptive. But I also feel like either you or them, somebody is, this is a reading for the water signs. Either you or them kind of lied to themselves, okay? Like is not able to get to the truth. Okay? Is not like, okay. Meaning, let's say to see your truth, they have to see a truth about themselves, or vice versa. Or vice versa, water signs. Right? Let's say that you're with somebody that switches up on you when they drink. Right? And you keep trying to do things to come into balance with this person. And remember what I said, like you keep volunteering to do things, right, to try to fix something. But you could be lying to yourself and not looking at, it doesn't matter what you do. This person's problem is not a you problem. It's a drinking problem. So it doesn't matter how you stand on your head, right? But you could continue doing that because that's easier to deceive yourself than to say, I have to change the situation. So like I said, this could be either side, okay? Spirit. And it could be both, right? As above, so below, right? So they could have done something, right? You could have been dealing with it because you're trying to salvage something that used to be very reciprocal, right? But is it feeding you, right? I don't know how to let you go, right? And who is this person letting go? Is it you letting go that's struggling, or them? Right? I hope you're happy for me. Somebody in this commitment is trying to communicate how they feel about something that they want for themselves, and the other person is taking it personal. Don't take it personal. Baby, 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 don't take it personal. So you need to put yourself where you are on that scale. Okay? I don't trust you, okay? So whoever is taking it in a way that's taking it personal, they don't want to take this, they don't want to be the master of their emotions. They would rather distrust what you say or what is being said to them, because that, even though it feels self-defeating and makes them feel sad, they want to feel attacked rather than take responsibility. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if this person, let's say that you said, listen, I want to be happy. I feel like you changed. This isn't no longer for me. Then this person turns around and says, you know, I know that you were never really down for me. Look at how the fuck you switched up, right? I can't trust anything you're saying. And you're like, wait a minute. All I'm saying is something that I want for me. Okay? But it's easier for them to attack. That's why I said in the beginning, whether it's you or it's them, the master of your emotions, because if this person is coming at you in that way to want to attack because they don't want to accept something, that could trigger you. And then you get triggered, and then you respond in a way that you didn't want to respond, because this is all like a projection come from this person, and yet you get swept up in it. And that's what you're trying to avoid. You see, I focused on you instead of my pain. Exactly what I'm saying, right? Let's teenage love. Let's talk about kids, okay? For those of the parents in the house, okay? You have like a 14-year-old daughter, let's say, right? And she's like totally, that's how the last conversation was, definitely on point. Thank you. So let's say that you have a 14-year-old daughter. She has her first boyfriend. He's 16. You feel he's a player. You're trying to tell her from your perspective how this shit is no good, and she necessarily shouldn't just believe everything this boy says, right? She could have seen red flags. She could have seen a text from another girl. There could be a whole bunch of shit going on, right? She gonna turn around and be like, you just don't want me to be happy. He loves me. You could see the train getting ready to go off the cliff. Right? This is a common way. We expect that from teenagers, but this shit happens also with adults. Right? This person is watching what you're doing because they're very resentful right now. Anything else from this deck, Spirit? Anything else from this deck? I've been struggling, and they're stuck there because they're spending more time looking at how they think you've done them wrong, or this could be you, right? Rather than thinking about how to heal themselves. Okay? Right? So let's say you left, you know, a drinking boyfriend. Right? Rather than this person saying, oh, this liquor has caused me to lose myself and a very important person in my life, they're gonna drink more and call you at 5 a.m, blacking the fuck out about how you weren't there for them in their time of need. You feel me? I hope I will see you again sometime. Okay? So it's like, and I feel like it's not that you have a negative thing towards them, but it's not for you, right? If you're the person who walked away. Okay? If you are the person who is angry because you feel in some way triggered, be careful that in your communication style of trying to communicate that you want to fix something, that you're not doing it with a machete, because that is not going to be well received. Because you can't say, I want things to work, but first let me fuck you up and try to cause some pain because I want my get back, my lick back. That is a waste of energy. It's not going to give you the outcome that you want. Okay? Let's take a look in this Infinity Oracle. What else do we need to know? Hidden emotions, right? And I said in the beginning, do not let your emotions master you. Rather, master your emotions. You got slow and steady. I told you with the 2 Wheel of Fortunes, it's time to take a break. It's time to take a break, and everybody needs to go to their prospective corners. Cool off. Dark night of the soul. Whoever is the person that is being left is being triggered to look at something. And right now, they may not be able to. Right? End of a cycle. And I feel like the more they're unwilling to look, the faster the ending comes. Okay? Generous offer. Okay? I feel like the universe is trying to give you a hint on how best to go about this with this generous offer. Okay? Spirit, can you show me what else do they need to know before we go over to the extended? There's a celebration coming. For those of you that walked away from something that was no longer aligning, you should celebrate that. Okay? Even though right now it doesn't feel so lucky, it's going to turn around to be, okay, because it was destined to happen. Okay, for those of you that you are on the receiving end of this slow and steady coming out crossed and then followed by celebration, that has to do with the vomiting of emotions. You need to catch yourself. Okay, because I feel like if you slow down, you have the opportunity to turn something around. Okay, but if you just go headstrong into it, it's like you let the emotions rule the moment. Okay, you got manifest at the bottom of the deck. Spirit, why? Anything else? Listen to your intuition. Speak your truth, okay? Temptation, all right? So listen to your intuition, and when you're listening to your intuition, it's your higher self, okay, telling you, yes, there's something that needs to be spoken here, okay? Speak your truth, but avoid the temptation to chase or to force or to try to, you know, put your weight on the scale, okay? All right, because you got counsel and therapy here. You know, maybe you need a third party, someone that is completely removed from the situation, okay, to really give you some advice, not necessarily about speaking your truth, okay? I feel like it's always good to speak your truth, but in the beginning I was saying, like, you don't want to blurt everything out. Like, you want to be controlled with your delivery. You want to have the master, because then if it's all spewing out, let's say the person hangs up, the most important parts you might not have even said because you let yourself get triggered and be all over the place, right? So it feels like what Spirit is saying is that in the month of June, it's really about taking a deep breath and responding later. Autumn, I feel like there's a change in autumn, okay? But the new perspective is coming out crossed here. I feel like if you don't view this situation from fresh eyes, nothing changes. Busy and distracted, okay? Soulmate, twin flame, financial loss, okay? So it feels like opportunities could be missed because in the rush to mend, something could be made worse, okay? So stepping back is really important, okay? Breathe. Oh. Right? So rushing is only going to lead to more conflict, okay? Now, in the extended, we're going to look at this Two of Pentacles and why you see yourself as stuck between a rock and a hard place. We're also going to look at why they see you as the Nine of Swords here, okay? This Four of Cups is sitting in your hopes and fears, okay? You know, talking about the disillusionment that you feel right now. And the Moon is the most likely outcome, okay? So hidden emotions, all right? Deep desires, all right? So we're going to head over to that. Like I said, if you're interested in the extended, you can join the Patreon, okay? And with the joining the Patreon, not only do you get the extendeds, but once a month we do a free Q&A for everybody who's in the live, and you each get a question, okay? So you can't beat that, all right? But if you don't, you can Cash App $5.55 to the Cash App with the extended that you want and the email that it's sent to, and it will be sent to you, okay? So I'm wishing you all light and love and blessings on blessings, guys. Bye. Bye, guys.